All right. Welcome back. Christian Griffith here with Pride Roofing and Construction, here to bring you another business lesson. Today we're going to talk about a real general topic, and I'm going to break it down into a little bit more granular detail. Wasted time. Okay, so let's talk about that as a business owner or as somebody who operates within a business who has performance incentives or as a performance-based role. What does wasted time do to you and ultimately to your year's output in volume, whether that's revenue or whether that's work, so on and so forth? So around here, we have a little bit of a mantra. One of the things that we regularly say, our executive team says more than every person that walks through the doors, because that's what they're focused on. And this is automate, eliminate, delegate. What does that mean? So every time we are completing a task, what I ask of all my personnel and anybody is a controller of any sort with any leg of the business, I ask them to analyze what they're doing. If this task, every time you're doing a task, can it be automated? Is there a way we can implant this particular task into our CRM software or into our standard workflows in a way that it becomes an automated process so you don't have to take the time out to do it, and it's automatically available to you and it automatically gets you to your solution or whatever you're trying to achieve. So what are some common examples of automations that you can create, and how can you create them? One, if you're not operating off of a CRM, you're doing something wrong. You need a centralized source for all of your data as an organization, and you need it to be evolved and smart enough and intelligent enough, I guess is the way to say it, that it can do certain processes for you. So we operate off of a CRM called AccuLynx. A lot of roofers use JobNimbus, AccuLynx, so on and so forth. It's very industry specific. So whatever industry you're in, do a lot of research to find if there's a CRM that suits your needs the most. But when we're automating something, let's talk about what a salesperson does. Just one leg of the business. A salesperson, their job is to find opportunity. Their job is to find prospects and start to analyze this opportunity and see if there's any wiggle room for this person to be a new client of ours, right? They're supposed to prospect constantly, and they're supposed to feed that prospect and nurture that prospect until it turns into something fruitful. But there's some statistics around this. I can't remember what they actually are, so I'm going to round them for this video. But I think it's something like 75% of sales that happen in any industry happen within touch number 7 to 10, right? That's a lot of touches. That's a lot of time remembering to follow up with this person, and also being cautious to be not being overly persistent or pesky or that type of thing, but you need to make contact with this person and follow up on the thing that you're trying to achieve with them 7 to 10 times before they're going to say yes and actually sign their name on the dotted line. So if I want to automate that process, I need to find ways to trigger my system to either tell me to make this happen, because if I don't and I've got a big pipeline of 40 different people that I'm working on, I'm going to forget where I'm at with all 40 of those different people, because chances are they're in different phases of that 7 to 10 touch process, right? Or I need to find ways for my system to sound like me and actually follow up with this client through an automated email, an automated text message, an automated something, right? So if we automate this process, we not only make it foolproof so we don't forget to follow up when we're supposed to, but we make it assist us and make it faster to get to that 7 to 10 touch barrier for the 75% of the sale, right? So that's automation. Now, elimination, right? How do you eliminate things? Well, as you know, my guys and myself, we analyze the task that we're completing. We have to think to ourselves, is this necessary? Is this an extra step? Is this something we're doing 2 times? Are there too many filters here? Is it absolutely necessary for me to complete this particular task in order to achieve my goal and achieve my goal with efficiency? And if you analyze that and you find out you're wasting time doing a doubled effort or doing something that doesn't necessarily have to be done if you evolve a process, that is where that elimination step comes in. That's a lot of wasted time. If you're doing things on a regular basis that takes up 25% of your day that you can get rid of, you gain back 25% of your opportunity in the field, right? And then delegation. So not everybody has this this opportunity available to them, or this piece available to them, because some people are one-man shows, right? Owner operator, you do everything. Lachlan's sitting behind the camera right now, and he's a one-man show. His wife helps him, but he's a one-man show. He films the content, he edits the content, he distributes the content, he does it when he's supposed to. But if he brings people into the fold, are there things that he could hand to them that's going to make him more efficient and fill their plate, right? So that's the delegation piece. So if we analyze every step of our process and we find ways to automate things, we find ways to eliminate it through smarter processes, and we find ways to delegate things to let our tertiary support actually support us so we have more time to do what we do best, your company will grow and it'll evolve and it'll prosper at a different level. So let's break this down one more example. I'm going to talk about numbers, okay? So I talked about sales and automation step. If we boil down a salesperson's day, right, and let's say they work only a 40-hour work week, they do this through the year, and they run however many hours that is in a year, right? And they're a $1 million producer, right? Their last 3 years of history with the organization or with your organization or whatever it is, they average $1 million worth of revenue that they generate, right? If you divide $1 million by 52, because that's how many weeks are in the year, and then you again divide that by 40, which is how many hours are worked per week in that 52-week year, you can find what their opportunity cost is for every hour that they spend, right? So you boil that down. I didn't do the math before this video, I should have, but it's probably somewhere around $650 to $700, right? So if you have a salesperson who's wasting an hour in their day, multiply that by 5, and then again by 52, and that's how much opportunity and revenue that they're losing because they are not automating, delegating, or eliminating certain cogs in their mechanisms, right? So if you don't do this, the result can be catastrophic, or doing this can create massive amounts of additional income without ever having to hire another person and pay for that other person, or without ever having to change anything ultimately, right? So as a business owner, as a person operating in an independent role, whatever the reason is that you're watching it, there are probably things that you're doing in your life that you can automate, that you can delegate, or that you can eliminate. And if you do so, you will be optimal, right? You'll serve the same 40 hours, but you'll do it with 40% more opportunities because of the simple changes, right? There's plenty of books that talk about these. Atomic Habits is a very fantastic book. Now that gets really, really granular with certain things that you do with your day-to-day, but you can apply these concepts where you create these habits of automating everything that you can, delegating everything you can, and eliminating everything that you can, and you'll be extremely successful without having to charge yourself more hours in the week, or without having to bring on more people to help you, right? If you want to be good in business, you have to find ways to profit more and close higher without having to add more personnel. So that's the topic for the week. Automate, eliminate, and delegate. Do this, do me a favor. Here's my charge to you, right? Think about what it is in your day-to-day life after watching this video. Apply that thought process to everything that you do. Every time you're completing a task, think to yourself those simple terms. Can it be automated? Can it be eliminated? Can it be delegated? And if it can, take action. Get rid of it. Optimize your day. Find out that you can balance your life better. Find out that you're happier. Find out that you produce more, right? Become better every step of the way. And the only way you're going to do this is self-analysis and applying this concept. Or this and many concepts. Once again, this is Christian, Business Lessons with Pride Roofing and Construction. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you want any more examples, if you want to go deeper into this, or you just want to change the topic altogether, let us know. We'd love to cater to you. Catch you on the flip side. Public service announcement. Just kidding. All right, guys. All right, listen up. We are announcing something I don't have a timeline for you, but this is in the works. We here at Pride Roofing and Construction are going to be delivering to you a podcast, a different format to have these concepts, but in a much lengthier, better opportunity, I guess, for us to get further and further in these concepts and stop saying so superficial with them. I'd love to hear some feedback. So since we're announcing this, I'd love to hear some feedback from anybody who's willing what types of topics should we focus on? What types of, guests would you like us to have involved? I really have a passion for business. I think that operating a business is one of the greatest challenges as I've ever taken on, next to being a husband and to being a father. And it really motivates me to get better and better and better every single day. So that's one of the areas I'd like to focus on is business in general and leadership. But if you guys want to hear anything from us as we're developing this idea, it's going to come to you live every week, and we're really excited about it. So please tune in for that, and if you have any comments as to how you'd like us to go, bring it to the stage.